Welcome to another edition of the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show. I'm the voice of the Patriots, Richard Todd, here with Athletic Director and Head Varsity Football Coach Steve LaPrade. Game of the year, arch rivalry, region championship on the line, top seed in the playoffs, Summerville at Fort Dorchester. Coach, as we sit here, two things. First of all, how great was it to see Tim Touchberry back here on campus tonight? He's such a great guy. And second of all, how do you feel after the win?
Well, first of all, Tim, it was so good to see him. You know, we got a call today from his wife, and she said, you know, that he was going to try to come. So, golly, man, I didn't get to spend any time with him, which stinks. He's one of my best friends. He's the guy that hired me here at Fort Dorchester, took a chance on me. So, what a great guy. Probably one of the nicest people I've probably ever met. Fairest people. One of the most fair guys I've ever met. He's just a heck of an athletic director. You know, he opened his school up. So, you know, it was fantastic to see him tonight, obviously, and see him come out. You know, he has Parkinson's, but he's a fighter. And he looks really good. He's doing fine. He's doing good, man.
How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy. You know, I think, you know, we're progressing as a team. We're getting closer. We're peaking at the right time. You know, I got a question today. Oh, it's a different Fort Dorchester team because all you do is run the ball. I said, nah, we can throw it if we wanted to. We just don't. So, you know, I think we're finding ourselves on offense and defense, and we're playing a lot of people, and we got a lot of players helping with our success, and the coaches are doing a good job. Everybody's happy. Winning's good. You know, it's another region championship. You know, I put all our region championships up since 2014. You know, we won it 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. We lost in overtime in 18. We won it 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022. So it's good. You know, that's good. That's one of our little goals, to win the county. And once again, we won the county. We beat Ashley Ridge and Fort Dorchester again. So, you know, we're kind of on track. Of course, our next goal is to win some playoff games and hopefully win state championship.
Well, the postseason is calling, but it was senior night as we saluted the class of 2023, and we've got all the action coming up here on the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show. Next.
Okay, the offensive player of the week against Summerville. Wow, you know, we have almost we've had about 300 yards rushing every single week the last 4 weeks now. It's hard not to give it to running backs, but the reason that they're rushing for almost 300 yards every week is because of those big bodies right up there in front of them. So the offensive line this week, you are my offensive player of the week. You guys did a great job, and included in that offensive line is our Shrine Bowl pick, Des Mathis, number 88. He's also does a great job blocking and opens a bunch of holes for those guys. So our offensive line and tight end, you guys are my offensive player of the week against Summerville.
We took our signature sandwich and cranked it up to 11. With bacon and cheese, it's the new Signature Club, remixed by Zaxby's.
There you see the Patriots celebrating the victory over Summerville. Senior night's always a special night for the class of 2023. Let's dive right into first quarter action here on the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show. And Coach, the defense stopped them on the first drive. First play from scrimmage for Fort Dorchester. Halfback option that worked wonderfully got the ineligible man downfield penalty to call it back, and he did delay just a little bit throwing the ball. I guess that was why they got the penalty, but a trick play on the first play.
Well, we kind of had to sell the block, and I thought we did a great job. You know, they're pretty good in the secondary, so I thought it was great play call. You know, it was, but unfortunately, we had a penalty, had a guy downfield, so that one got called back. You know, that one hurt a little bit.
That wouldn't be the only trick play of the quarter, too, by the way. And then it was, as we've seen a lot lately, the Davion Brown, Zion Reynolds show when it comes to running. The offensive line making some holes, and those guys are tough to tackle.
They are, you know, and our offensive line is just growing. You know, they're really young. I mean, we got freshmen and sophomores and some juniors. We got a senior in there, but, I mean, they're really young. And as we talked about at the beginning of the season, you know, playing those really good teams, and we got guys that were playing junior varsity last year. You know, it's just tough for them. It was just really, really hard, but they've hung in there. They've gotten a lot better. Coach Steele's done a great job. Coach Hamilton, Zach Hamilton's done a great job with the tight ends. You know, Dez is a Shrine Bowl guy, and you know, they've done a great job blocking. And when you got those running backs, like I told you, we've really got 5 really good running backs. Obviously, Davion and Zion kind of steal the show, but I mean, good Lord, Ryan Campbell, I think Ryan Campbell's got 4, 5, 6 touchdowns. He ran all over him again tonight, and he's a 9th grader. So, you know, we're really running the ball, giving people a lot of different formations and unbalanced looks and all, and people are having a hard time stopping this. And I mean, honestly, you know, one of the sports writers asked me, you know, it's a different Fort Dorchester offense. You know, you're running the ball all the time. I said, well, that's because we can run the ball. I said, we can throw it anytime we wanted to. I said, we got probably the best quarterback in the state and great receivers. You know, that time's going to come, and we have the ability to throw it at any time. And I think that's why our running game's so good, because everybody knows that. You don't want to give the quick score up. And everybody knows, you know, as soon as they pile them up in there, we go.
And just to look at the stats, you had Davion Brown, 15 carries, 138 yards. Zion, 13 carries, 118 yards. Zion being a senior, so really special night for him on senior night. You had the Davion Brown 30-yard run and a 26-yard run from Zion, but it was the last play of the first quarter before the first points were put up on the board with a 32-yard touchdown on a sweep. Davion got the edge, took it in, 7-0 Patriots.
Yeah, it was good, you know, and that's what you want. You know, it's nice getting the ball and driving down there and scoring, you know. And that showed me some resilience, too, with our team. You know, you had that call and you back everything up. I mean, we were down on about, what, the 15, 18-yard line, I think, with that play. So, you know, it was tough, but like I said, that's growing up that our team has done. They've grown up, they've matured. You know, if they stick together and keep playing hard and practicing hard, and coaches keep doing a good job, we're gonna be tough here for long, I think.
I remember those conversations we had at the beginning of the year about how young a team it is. That's an old team now at the end of the regular season with the competition they faced. It was 7-0 Fort Dorchester over Summerville at the end of the first quarter. Much more to come. Second quarter action next year as the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show continues next.
Hey, focus. Can't go to sleep right here. Big network, okay?
Okay, the coach of the week against Summerville is Jeff McElveen. Jeff is a new first-year coach here. I don't know if most people know, Kevin White has been our wide receiver coach for a long time. Played at Carolina, just a staple here for us at Fort Dorchester. He was diagnosed with cancer and is having a really tough time fighting it, doing good. But Jeff McElveen came in, helped us out. Jeff was playing at Furman last year. His dad, Thomas McElveen's our basketball coach. His mother, Holly McElveen, coaches B-team cheerleading. So we got the whole family here. Jordan, his other brother, helps with basketball. So we got the whole McElveen family here. So Jeff's come in, done a great job with our wide receivers. They're getting better and better every single day. So Jeff McElveen, you're my coach of the week against Summerville.
We took our signature sandwich and cranked it up to 11. With bacon and cheese, It's the new Signature Club, remixed by Zaxby's.
Welcome back to the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show. 7-0 Patriots going into the second quarter. Senior night, last regular season home game. And Coach, 7-0 Summerville with a nice drive down the field there in the second quarter, and it stalled out, and it was 4th down and 1, right around the 10-yard line or something, and they line up for a field goal. Fake field goal, worked to perfection. I got to say, I thought that was a good call from Coach Rafferty, and they tied the game up at 7 apiece. I'm sure you guys had talked about that, though.
No, we hadn't. And it wasn't that the fake field goal got us. We just didn't have everybody covered, which that's my fault. So, yeah, I hated them letting them score because right then because we done a really good job, and yeah, we felt like we could block a field goal too. So, but they got us. Every once in a while they get you. They got us on that one.
Well, that was the second trick play of the game, one for Fort with the halfback option, and then there's the fake field goal. And that's what you can expect in a rivalry game like this with the region championship on the line. 7-7 and the ensuing kickoff. Here comes Ryan Campbell, number 44, with a great return.
Yeah, he is. He's just a stud, man. Like I said, Lord, he ain't going to be able to drive for 2 years. He can't get his license or his permit yet. But he's a horse, and I told him I was going to nickname him Rock. He's a stud. I mean, he really, really is. I mean, he would be about everybody in our region. He would probably be starting running back for them. I mean, he's a stud.
And a freshman, so many more years of having Ryan Campbell here at the Fort.
And Davion's a junior, so then you got Naz as a sophomore, and yeah, we got a bunch of them.
That's great for the future of the football program. And then you've got great field position after that kickoff. Multi-Snyder had a wonderful 26-yard pass play, his only catch of the game. And you get to the point where you're ready to score, and you do score a touchdown. Call back on a holding call that ended up costing you guys, and you ended up settling for the 26-yard field goal. Nice kick from Christian.
Yeah, I think we've done a really good job. There were times this year that the penalties were out of control. I think you've seen a difference probably the last 3 or 4 weeks in the amount of penalties we get, and that helps. In big ball games, we would probably already this year, I would be willing to say that's probably the 12th, 15th touchdown we've had called back due to a penalty, so those are, somebody told me the other day we had outscored in our region opponents 144-14, in the region, and then you count, Lord, the 10 touchdowns we probably got called back, we'd probably be 300-14, so, it happens, and we're doing a lot better job at that. But and that one was kind of crazy. The hold was about we had blocked the kid to the ground and we're laying on him. We weren't holding him, we were laying on him. And it's hard to get an offensive line to roll off of the defensive guy. You're like, golly, Ned, why you call hold him? But they always do that.
And it definitely seems like there's more confidence in Christian Wilson too in his kicking game system.
It is. He is. He's come a long ways. He's a good kicker. I told you that early in the year. He was heady, so we had to get him out of that. We put him in situations in practice all the time. I give him 13 seconds to come off the sideline. They got to line up. Yeah, so it's a good thing. Yeah, he's doing a good job. He did a really good job on the kickoffs.
Let me ask you about that because I had people asking me and wanted to relay the question just about your strategy in not kicking it deep and kicking a little short on a lot of the kickoff.
Well, Summerville would have probably lost another game or would have had 2 or 3 really close games if it wasn't for the kickoff return. They've returned, 18's a really good kickoff returner. Number 3's a really good athlete. So, last year, I don't know if you remember, they opened the kickoff, 18 took it to the house. So I said, well, they may score some points, but I tell you what, they're not going to score any on. So, we took everything away on the punt. We took everything on the kickoff away. So, it's a good game plan by Coach Walker. And, Christian did a good job. Like I told him, I said, you're the quarterback on the kickoffs. And he did a really, really, really good job.
Yep, and so 10-7 Fort Dorchester. Summerville has the ball, trying to drive, and then came really one of the pivotal plays of the game. A 30-yard pick six for number 4, Michael Smalls, to make it 17-7 in the final minute of the first half.
Well, it was a good call by Coach Floyd up top. We called it. It was a robber, and he put it right where we thought he would. So
had pressure on the QB to make that pass. Yep.
And so we popped that one, and you know, took it to the house, and yeah, that was good. You know, Michael's, you know, he's a really good linebacker, especially covering pass. So, yeah, I was very happy that was kind of turned the game around, really.
Yeah, that was a big momentum shifter right there, right before halftime, making it 17-7 for Dorchester at halftime on senior night. Second half action coming up with the region championship on the line. Rivalry night and senior night. We've got it all for you coming up on the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show next.
Okay, been coaching ball a long time. I can't remember the last time I had 2 pick sixes on defense. It happened tonight. Great calls from up top. Great job with the players doing what they were told to do. But we had two interceptions tonight for pick 6. Number 4, Michael Smalls, a senior outside linebacker. And number 6, Connor Morgan, also a senior inside linebacker. Both got picks, took them to the house, flipped the whole game around, took all the life out of Summerville. So you two guys, you are my defensive player of the week versus Summerville.
We took our signature sandwich and cranked it up to 11. With bacon and cheese, it's the new Signature Club, remixed by Zaxby's.
Welcome back to the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show, with the Patriots leading 17-7 at halftime against Summerville. Senior night in a region championship on the line. And Coach, I got to imagine the team was jazzed in the locker room after that pick 6 to end the first half.
They were. You know, we got in there, we made a few little adjustments here and there that we were having trouble with, and yeah, they were excited. But you know, a game like this, you know, the one year we lost in overtime, we were up like 30-7 or something. So, you know, rivalry game, you never know what's going to happen. So I told them that, you know, we got to finish what we started, and you know, they were ready. I thought they did a good job. I don't think we came out and we got a couple first downs, but we didn't score, which we wanted to. You know, first possession, try to put this thing away. So, but you know, I knew Summerville would come out. They're going to give it their last. I thought they were kind of about ready to quit. So, but they, you know, they came out and gave it their last hurrah and kind of stayed in there and fought. Yep.
And your strategy in the kickoff, because you made Summerville kick it off 3 times in a row and really almost avoided a disaster with a fumble that went out of bounds, thankfully, to keep the retained possession. But your strategy is to make them keep kicking.
Well, you know, we want to get the kickoff because we feel like we're pretty good on kickoff return. I mean, we have it every time we got a chance to score. We got everybody we got back here in the back and take it to the house, and we do a pretty good job blocking. They knew that. You know, people probably, why does LePrad keep making people kick off? Well, everybody tries to kick it. They try to kick it out of bounds. So hopefully I'll go, yeah, I'll take it on the 35. But you know, you don't understand. They kick off. All them guys run downfield. Now I make them kick off again 5 yards back. They already, you know, I think that's the second or third. I think maybe last week they kicked 3 in a row out of bounds.
There was the stall game. We had 3 kicks like that.
So, you know, I mean, so they're tired. So that ups our chances of taking it to the house. You know, it didn't work that time, but, you know, I mean, I could take it. And there are probably times when I would take it, depending on what was going on. But I thought it upped our chances, maybe a scoring touchdown there, but we didn't get to.
Well, after that pick 6 to end the second quarter, I thought the other pivotal moment was the way you guys came out in the third quarter, and the first drive of the second half, you went down the field. There was a great 24-yard run from Davion Brown, and it was the result in a 4-yard touchdown run from Zion Reynolds. He'd have 2 TD runs for the game, and it made it 24-7, and that was just the great way to start the second half.
It was, and you know, I mean, people don't understand when somebody drives the ball right down your throat like we did all night long. It demoralizes you, you know. And you know, they were fired up. You know, they had a pretty good year. You know, so you know, I think it just, I mean, it really took all the life out of them. I mean, they kind of hung in there because it's a rivalry game, but you could tell they were beat.
Absolutely. I mean, those were the two pivotal turning points in the game. And then let's talk about the defense, because the defense in the first half didn't give up an offensive touchdown. And here you are in the third quarter, and Summerville's moving the ball, and you get to a pivotal fourth down play, and the defense sticks them. They have a measurement. It was close. Turn the ball over to us on downs. That was a great showing from the defense, and all night long calling out names like Bryce Carpenter and Michael Smalls and DeAndre Jones, just some Connor Morgan, a lot of great names there. They did a great job.
Well, they're playing together. You know, I think the defense staff's doing a good job. You know, they keep us in games. They give us an opportunity to win, you know, and there early in the season we weren't scoring any points and weren't getting the job done. But our defense really played well through those games. I mean, we hung in there pretty good. If we could just score some darn points, you know, we'd have done a lot better at first of the year. So, you know, it's I'm proud of our defense. I think they do a good job. They play hard, you know, and that's you know, hard, fast, and physical. That's 4D football. So, you know, it's good to see them continue down that road. They just keep on playing hard, and you know, that gives our offense a chance. We usually get short fields. We put pressure on people all the time, you know, in the specialty games. So defensively, you know, I think we've done well all year long. We're just playing a little bit better as we are on offense and specialties. It's just all kind of coming together. If we can just keep working, like I said, I think we'll have a chance.
After three quarters, there were no offensive touchdowns for Summerville. They had the fake field goal, so the defense did a great job. And the offense running game had 277 yards on the ground. It was 24-7 Fort Dorchester after the end of three. We'll go to the fourth quarter and look towards the postseason as we continue on the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show next.
We took our signature sandwich and cranked it up to 11. With bacon and cheese, it's the new Signature Club, remixed by Zaxby's.
Welcome back to the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show. The Patriots lead the Green Wave 24-7 going into the fourth quarter. Region championship on the line. Huge crowd, senior night, your arch rival. And Coach, the fourth quarter, you know, again, we go back to the defense. And there's nothing like seeing about a 76-yard pick six, number 6, Connor Morgan, with the interception return for the touchdown. And it just really sort of sealed the deal and was just so indicative of how the defense had been playing all night long.
Well, once again, I'll take my hat off to upstairs in the press box. They called what that play was going to be. So once again, doing your homework, watching film, Coach Floyd once again dialed that one up, and bam, we took it. And you know, and that was, I mean, that's huge, man, to get 2 pick sixes. I mean, that's huge.
Yes.
That's huge.
Those are such momentum shifters, and to get those two, and I mean, just one at the end of the first half, one to kick off the fourth quarter. So it was all of a sudden 31-7 Fort Dorchester. I know there was a couple of times in the fourth quarter you had 12 men on the field. I know that's frustrating, and those are the kind of little things that you want to clean up, you know, when you go to the playoffs.
It's just not like us. That's just, yeah, that wasn't good. Yeah, we got to work on that. We got that best not happen.
And then Summerville would get a 20-yard touchdown pass to make it 31-13. They went for 2 and didn't get it. And since it is senior night, we got to mention the fact that after they tried the onside kick, it was number 19, Anthony Pereza, with a nice play to recover the onside kick to really kind of seal the deal there when it was 31-13.
It's a heck of a play, man. He went after that. That's tough. That hands team, man, that's a gutty thing. But we always tell them, you know, you get that ball on the hands team, it's game over.
And be assertive on that play.
Yeah, he did. He caught that thing clean, man. He did a good job. So, you know, and he's a senior, and he's been in there. He's a quality guy. You know, I think he's won our Scholar Athlete on television a couple times. You know, his brother played here, and in fact, his brother was on the state championship team. So it'd be nice for Anthony to do the same.
And it was another senior, Zion Reynolds, who would take it in from 15 yards after we get the short field on the onside kick to make it 38-13. And for all, for all basic purposes, the game was over. We had a late touchdown on a 22-yard touchdown run from Summerville, and they went for two and got it to make the score 38-21, which in really respects, well, remember Friday night, November 4th, that's Hall of Fame night in the first round of the playoffs here at Fort Dorchester High School. And again, a salute to Tim Touchbury. We were so great to see him out here. And a salute to the class of 2023 on this senior night. And we'll see you for the playoffs with the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show.